Hi everyone. So today I'm going to be showing you how to put curls into the UniWigs Claire topper that I reviewed for you guys earlier. So I've been really loving this topper. I just love this soft, like reddish pink color that it is. And I think that curls really accentuate the color and just the beauty of the hair and all that kind of stuff. So I'm gonna be putting curls into this topper and showing you guys how I do it. I do use a straightener. So, and the reason for that is that I like the ends to be a little bit straighter. So I'm gonna go through and show you guys how I do that. Okay, so I know I mentioned in my last video that this hair is just super soft and healthy, and I really want to keep it that way. So in order to do that, anytime I'm going to heat style this, I am going to use heat protectant because I want this hair to keep this soft, silky, straight texture. So I'm going to be using the Beyond the Zone Turn Up the Heat, and I got this at Sally Beauty. I just got a small one because I like to try different products all the time. I'm going to spray this over the sections that I'm going to heat. And then I also like using these little alligator clips to pin back the hair that I'm not curling at the time. So I'm going to pull all the hair back. You can see it's quite a good amount of hair. And I'm going to start by just taking the top bit here. So that's where the wefting starts. This is the free part area. I'm just going to grab that whole free part area. Another thing worth mentioning is that I have pinned this to my canvas head, and the way I've done that is I've taken these T-pins and I've carefully put it just through this this side netting area right there. That way I don't harm any of the area where there is a free part or introduce any holes that could spread or anything like that. And I do that on either side of the topper. That way it's really secure to the canvas head. So if you're going to be curling or styling your hair on a canvas topper instead of on your head, definitely recommend that you buy some of these T-pins right here so that you can pin it there. And I actually really like the way UniWigs has constructed this because it does make it really easy to pin this down in areas that aren't actually gonna, harm the topper. So I'm gonna take a tiny section of hair right here, and I'm just going to, this hair does not tangle, so it's not a big deal. I don't even feel like I really need to brush it through, but I am going to just spray a little bit of heat protectant in and put that in there. So taking that piece that I sprayed, and I'm going to clamp the straightener down and start twirling. You can see that's going to give it a nice curl. And then I'm just going to leave that there so that it stays for a second. And then I'm going to repeat on the next sections. So, just going to give the whole head a little bit of a spray. I'm going to brush through, make sure it's nice and brushed, which again, doesn't tangle much, so it's not really that necessary. And then I'm going to go through, and I'm actually going to go in the opposite direction. And the reason for that is that I really want a little bit more volume in this, and you'll get a tiny bit more volume if you do the curls in the opposite direction. So I'm going to alternate between curls that are going one direction versus going the other direction for the entire section all around the wefted area so that I can get that extra volume and curl. Okay, so I'm going to take out this clip that I sectioned off. I'm going to kind of brush some of the hair and start going through and sectioning off this section. So I'm going to start with this side over here. So I'm going to just clip off this section, so that it doesn't get, you know, so clipping that off over here, not off here. So now I've got this section of hair here that has not been curled, and I'm going to go through and do that section. And so now I've got this next section. So I finished off that section, I'm going to go with the next one. Okay, so I've been letting this hair sit and cool off. So it's just cooled off with all of the curls, and you can see that they're going in different directions, so it's going to end up with a lot of nice volume. So they've just been sitting there for now, and I'm going to take it off this canvas head and show you guys how I brush out the curls. Okay, so now I'm going to show you guys how I put it on, how it covers up my my thinning / balding spot, and how I brush out the curls. Here's the hair. Here are all the really beautiful curls. You can see it's a very drastic, romantic color. In some lights it looks like a rose gold. In some lights it looks like this, you know, just like powerful red. So it really just kind of changes what color it is. And you can tell here that my hair color and these roots are just dead on, which helps make sure that I'm going to be able to blend this in. Okay, so my air conditioning came on, so I kind of stopped my audio. But what I did is I brushed out the curls, and look at all of this curly volume that comes out from doing the curls in different directions. Then I opened up the clips to this topper and started and clipped it into my head. And you can see here, it is like, you cannot tell. There's a little bit of the lace right there. I have a widow's peak, so some of my my widow's peak is coming out from under, but I think that's totally fine because it just looks like, you know, additional dark hair. And you can see that it blends beautifully. This color is nowhere near the same color as my bio hair, but with these, you know, dramatic, voluminous curls, it helps blend even more. If I added curls into my own hair, I think it would blend even better, but I wear toppers because I don't like to do much stuff to my hair. I like to just put on a topper and not have to deal with, you know, touching my hair much at all. And you can definitely do that with this Claire topper because it has this this lace front, and it, you know, it's a good amount of density of hair. So I'll show you guys what it looks like from the back. So this is it in the back. You can probably see a little bit more of my dark hair, but I think it still looks just really good. Hey everyone, so just a bit of an update on how those curls are holding up. So I curled this about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, maybe now. And so you can still see a lot of the curls in there. There's still so much beautiful volume. So the curling method that I used really holds up over time, and I think it looks really good. The other thing I wanted to add for you guys is that I did customize this hairline a little bit more to make it look a little bit more natural. So you probably saw in my last video, because this was a mono top, the way that these kind of look, and I'll take this off really quickly. Let's see, I only did the first two. But the way like it looked in the last video, and I'll maybe show a little bit, you didn't have quite this wide of a part. So what I did, I saved it for you guys, is I went through and I plucked the hairline. So I would go through with some tweezers and just pluck the hairline over and over again until I got to this. And this looked really natural to me. The other thing I did was that I just put some light white eyeshadow, or whitish eyeshadow, on the actual part. And I think it looks a lot more natural now. I honestly didn't mind that much the way it looked before. But I know that some people are very conscious of the hairline and thinking a lot about that, so I wanted to show you guys how you can customize it to make it a lot more natural. So I plucked there. I also plucked towards the front right here to make sure that this was a little bit more open than it was before. So that's what I did there, and so yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed this video on how to curl it. You just got a little bit of extra information on how to pluck a hairline to make it look a little bit more natural on a mono topper. But yeah, like and subscribe to my videos. I'll be making a lot more. If you guys want a really in-depth video on how to make hairlines look a little bit more natural on mono tops, let me know and I will make an entire video on that. Okay, thanks everyone. Bye.